Kane, it's 1-0. We're fucking down. 13th in the championship. The takeover happened as I said it would. People will be. Oh, when have we got Leeds? Then people, and welcome back to the Just Joe Football Show, and good afternoon. I was hoping to be here a little bit earlier, but things happened. Don't forget White Rose Rivals tonight at 6, and you'll probably have some late night Leedsage as well, because by then I believe the club will have officially announced 2 new signings. I received a message this morning early doors, hence my tweet, that said Kamara and Gruev today. Thoughts? And look, within the next couple of hours, them 2 signings have been all but announced. You know, Phil here said Gruev is set for a medical today. And also Fabrizio Romano has finally given the here we go to Glen Kamara. So there we go. It looks like we have our 2 new midfield acquisitions, both Glen Kamara and Ilya Gruev. Sam Greenwood looks like it has been confirmed. Sam Greenwood right now has just joined Middlesbrough on loan. That's been officially announced. So he'll be, I mean, he lives in the northeast. He's from Sunderland. It makes a sense for him, not too far for him to go. So there you go. It'll be interesting to see how he gets on at Middlesbrough. I'm not quite sure if he has the required credentials to make it at Leeds United long term. Just my thoughts. I may be wrong, but I hope I am wrong, because obviously you want people to succeed. But yeah, finally, let's start with probably the biggest, worst kept secret in the sport of football and Leeds United is, of course, the news today. I mean, it's like that meme, isn't it, from Titanic? It's been years. Because Glen Kamara from Rangers to Leeds, deal agreed, and here we go. Player on his way to undergo medical tests later today. Medical booked in for the afternoon, as deal has been agreed between clubs and on player side. So there you have it. The deal has been agreed. Glen Kamara will come in. I'd love to know, and I don't know if Lockie and I don't know if Andrea are watching this, but if you haven't watched the video last night when we deeped into the squad depth and what kind of profiles we needed, and it makes you wonder if we are going with the two DMs, the 2 6s of Gruev and Ampadu, whether or not, you know, the signing of Kamara will enable him to do that box-to-box role. Maybe Matt O'Reilly's a little bit out of the price range, or he's told them, look, I don't want to leave Celtic. That could be another reason why they've pushed the button on Kamara. Phil Hayes tweeted out, I was speaking to my man Connor. Connor sent me a message. He said, I'm a little bit worried about the wording of Phil Hayes' tweets. And it depends how you look at it, because Phil Hayes' tweet, just bear me 1 minute. We've just had another story actually on Cody Drama, which we'll get to. He's not getting that move to the Premier League, as we all, you know, or Dortmund or Newcastle or wherever it is. Okay, so let me this is the wording of Phil's tweet. Now, I'm expecting more. We definitely need a left back. But if you're reading the wording of Phil Hayes' tweet, it depends on how you take it, doesn't it? He says, Werder Bremen's Ilya Gruev poised to undergo medical with Leeds, close to getting that deal done. You'd imagine we might get a double announcement of Glen Kamara and Ilya Gruev today. Likely to see another CM arrive before the deadline. Well, we know now that's Kamara, probably not O'Reilly. He said in the article there on the piece, on the tweet, strong chance it's Kamara. And, you know, do you worry then when he says likely to see another CM? That's it. I don't. I just think he's saying you will be getting 2 CMs. I still think we get a left back. I still think we might possibly get a 10. Be lovely if we got a 10. For me, we definitely need a left back. We can't be going into the season with Hjelde, Shaq, Byram and Firpo. We can't. Not for me anyway. It's the last missing piece of the jigsaw. I think for me, of course, we'd have liked another striker. We'd have liked this, all this sort of stuff. But ultimately, you can't get everything you want, can you? Yeah, Cody Drama. There's been noise about Cody Drama as well. Birmingham apparently leading the front of that, according to let's have a look. Ipswich could be a shout for him though as well. I know they'll probably be one that would be knocking, but let me just share this article with you as well. It's all fast paced. It's all going to happen within a couple of hours, isn't it? But this is on Cody Drama just 31 minutes ago from Phil here. Birmingham, West Brom among clubs interested in Drama. Leeds United fullback Cody Drama is attracting strong interest from the rest of the Championship. Birmingham City are pushing for a season-long loan, and with West Brom another side who have inquired. Any loan deal would take Drama to the end of his contract at Leeds, which expires next June. He's not part of Farke's plans, definitely since the signing of Jed Spence, and he's only made 2 substitute appearances for Leeds this season. He's hardly played at all. It also says Leo Hjeld and Darko JB are among others who could leave Leeds before tomorrow's deadline, while Sam Greenwood is close to joining Middlesbrough on loan. Well, we know now the club have rubber-stamped the Sam Greenwood move. Cody Drama probably will get a loan. I don't see any club paying for him because in January he can sign a pre-contract agreement. So I think we might get like a loan fee, a decent loan fee, and that's about your lot, like we did with Robin Koch. It is what it is. We didn't pay for him. Of course, there might be potential, but yeah. No, it isn't irrelevant though, Jamie. That's the thing. I don't think clubs will be willing to pay. They'll say no. And Cody's not going to push the button on a new deal because he'll be happy to just sit and wait. He did the exact same at Fulham. So I think we might get a loan fee. I don't see a permanent deal. It's like Robin Koch as well. To be fair, let's see what else has been said. So Phil Hayes now said, as per Fabrizio Romano, Leeds and Rangers have agreed a deal for Glen Kamara, travelling to Leeds for a medical. Medical also booked for Werder Bremen's Ilya Gruev, who has already arrived from Germany. So there you have it. It looks like we might get a double announcement today. There it is. Leeds have agreed the deal. The fee is around about 5 million, which is a decent price. We've been following him for several weeks. No shit, Sherlock. And he's been looking for a move away from Rangers. And getting centre midfield reinforcements is a priority for Leeds United ahead of the transfer window. And we've done it. It looks like we'll be getting Ilya Gruev, who's set to undergo a medical, and Glen Kamara as well. Can Glen Kamara be that player that plays in front of the 2 deep line midfielders potentially? Let's have a look at the rest of the news that coming in. As I say, it's thick and fast at the minute, isn't it? Let's have a look, see what else we're looking at. Leeds United have rejected a bid for Darko JB from Valenciennes, majority owned by Southampton's ownership group. The Whites are open to loan offers, however. So there you go. That's been confirmed by the YEP. By the YEP. So let's just have a look at that. So Liga 2 outfit, which is Valenciennes potentially. I don't know if it's French La Liga 2. Let me have a look. Let me just put my ad blocker on the YEP, man. There's too many ads. And then I can share it. Right, okay. Just bear with me one moment and I'll quickly put this article up there for you. So it says there, Ligue 2 outfit Valenciennes, currently 16th in the 20-side division, put together a proposal for the central midfielder, but the Whites have turned it down. The French club are a majority owned by Sport Republic, the ownership group of their championship promotion rivals, Southampton. So you'd imagine that Southampton have maybe done that so they can pick him up later down the line. So Leeds United have rejected that bid, but have said they'll be willing to let him go out on loan. I think he needs a loan to League One for me, if he's going to stay in England. I agree with Michael here. If he's going to go on loan, he might as well stay in England. If you stay in England, then, he gets used to the rhythm of that division, and then hopefully he can make an appearance at Leeds United. Balenciaga, I wish, give us some of that Balenciaga. Although I don't like the gear, actually, to be fair. It's just the name that you're paying for, innit? Joe, we need a left back, brother. For me, there's no way this window closes without a left back. No way. It just doesn't make sense. There's no way that Leeds United go out and spend money on Pirro, get Kamara and Gruev, get loans for Rodon and Spence, bring in Byron, bring in Darlow, and then go, oh, we're all right with the left back. Not a chance. They can go and get that on a loan. Charlie Taylor's available. He played last night, but surely you can make that happen. Surely you can get a loan from a Premier League club. Who's the one that was at Manchester City? I mentioned him last season and got laughed out of the park. He's not ready, etc. It'd have been better. What's his name? And I'm not talking about Starboy. What's his name? The left back at City. I think he might have gone out on loan though. But you could go get another left back available. I forget his name, man. The young left back. He played a bit. No, not Sergio Gomez. Is he youth prospect? Tyler Bellis? No, that's Howard Bellis. He's going to Southampton. Left back. No, not Rico Lewis. There's another one. Is it Pat? No, no. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Wilson, yes, Brian. That's the one. Josh Wilson Esbrand. He was one that I mentioned last season, but I think he might have actually gone out on loan. Let's have a look. Oh, he has. He's gone to Ligue 1 Club Rem, where our Rodon and Jed Spence were last season. He's actually gone already on loan to Club Reme in Ligue 1. So there you go. But someone of that ilk, though. Someone of that ilk we could go and get. Josh, obviously not Josh Wilson Esbrand now, but there will be loans available. Surely they will. Josh Tymon's been mentioned a few times from City. Realistic, who I'd just take a loan for me, Stu Palmer. Take a loan from the Premier League clubs. You know, they are available. Let's have a look then. I just want to have a look at. I'm just going on my notifications because someone just did a bit of a piece on Kamara, and I just want to have a look. Big up Tom Carnduff, by the way, betting extraordinaire. But yeah, Matt O'Reilly, I don't see happening now. I never thought we'd be in for Jeff Hendrick. According to Football Insider, we were looking at Jeff Hendrick. I'm not too sure about that one. Let me have a look. Do you know what else I've seen? And this really piqued my interest. And it might have nothing to do with us. Well, it doesn't. But I sort of read into it a little bit. And I don't know what you folks think. So on this here, Barcelona are prepared to remove the buy option clause from Cancelo's deal to get financial fair play approval after agreement reached. Deal to be sealed on straight loan until June 2024, keeping that number as a reference for verbal talks next year. And as I seen that late last night, I thought, I wonder if that's why Leeds United haven't done like an option or obligation on a Spence or a Rodon, because they don't have futures at Tottenham. Greta Steinson worked there, got decent relations clearly with Daniel Levy. Could it well be a way to circumvent FFP? And this is where the talk from Parag, etc., of like, I do this in my sleep. This is where that sort of stuff might come in, where they're able to make little twists and turns that enables them to get past the FFP regulations. Might have nothing to do with us. Well, it doesn't on the face of it, but I just seen it and I thought, that's quite interesting. It's like they've done a gentleman's. I mean, I'd never do a gentleman's agreement with Barca, but it's like they've shook the hands and said, right, okay, we'll just take him on loan, FFP, and then do this. It's like Arsenal. Arsenal took the goalkeeper, David Raya, on loan for 3 million. And then we'll pay 27 million partway through that loan to get round FFP. That's why FFP is absolutely pointless. It's null and void, because all people are doing is just circumventing it by finding loopholes. But I thought that was quite interesting, because I did find it strange that Leeds had no obligation or no option to buy either player. Even if it's an option, you can choose. If we don't get promoted, we don't want him. But they didn't even put that in there, you know? Bobby says midfield gets done today and left back tomorrow. That's my thinking as well. And final day might get mad, might get offered players that that you wanted that weren't available. There'll be many twists and turns, because I think this board, and I'll owe them an apology, by the way, and I will apologise come the end of the window once everything's ratified. I will say I was wrong, because for me, if we get a left back, like, this is the best window since forever. We have a better squad now than we did last year. Genuinely. We'd have had a better chance with this squad staying in the division than we did last year. And that's no cap. Not at all. Like Rodon and Rodon, Strout, even, I mean, look at the right back spot, Jed Spence. The midfield is stronger. Ampadu's better than any midfielder we had in terms of technically on the ball. Pirro up top would have done better than Bamford. I can't lie. So this team is better equipped than ours last year. So yeah, I have to hold my hands up. Joe, you have been getting great using different guests on your live stream. Thank you very much, Daniel. I owe them massive apology, massive thanks as well. Yeah, he's going out on loan. I hope it goes well for him, but well, I don't know. Let's see what else has been said. Yeah, exactly, Carlos. I don't disagree, mate. Look at the state of Everton. They're coming down, aren't they? Yeah, Willie from the start of the season as well. He only came in January, exactly. Yeah, let me go back to Twitter anyway, because as I say, I just wanted to share with you the tweet on Cancelo. Do you think that could have any sort of bearing on why we're only getting loans? Potentially. Sam Greenwood, as we know, has gone. The Tanaka deal, obviously, it doesn't look like that one's going to happen now. It looks like Leeds have got their two midfielders, but it did say the English club are certainly not completely convinced of the qualities of the Japanese international, whom Fortuna would like to sell for a lucrative transfer fee. So on Ayo Tanaka, I know a lot of people would have liked him, but it looks like the club have said, no, you're asking for too much. We don't fancy paying that, whatever that was. I know it was originally mooted at about 2.7 million, which I thought was peanuts, but it may well have been more than that, right? So yeah, Ilya Gruev, that looks like that'll get completed today. People saying it's underwhelming, the signing of Kamara and Gruev. I think that's wildly. I don't know if you're watching now, but I think that's wild. Like, we're in the Championship. For us to sign a midfielder from Rangers who, I mean, come on, Glen Kamara in the Championship for Leeds United. Please, now. It is not underwhelming. Gruev, who's at Werder Bremen, who played, a number of times. Come on. It's not 1K in the chat and only 195 likes. Really, I'll be sending the heavies round again to collect rent. Let's rectify that situation, folks. We are on course. I'm begging, I'm praying. We're about, when did I see last? Let me just have a look. Because I don't know if I'm going to get, I'll be gutted if I miss out by a little bit. But for the month of August, and this is the last day, don't forget, we're on 900, I don't know how to do it. 972.5. So we're 37. It's about 27 or something, is it? 20, I don't know. Let's say 30K. We're 30K views away from 1 million. 1 million in 1 month. Which is insane. Insane. So please do smash a like. Help that YouTube algorithm. It'd be amazing. We've got White Rose Rivals tonight, and we've got a late night Leeds tonight. So hopefully we'll get there. We'll peak at 1 million for the month of August, which is insane. Yeah, so 27.5. There you go. 27.5. Big up. So hopefully we'll get there. Yeah. So yeah, if we could get there. If we don't, but I'll be wounded. Stevens with the super sticker. Big up to you, Stephen. Thank you so much for your continued support. Let me just find the piece on Glen Kamara, because there was some decent numbers on there. 1 second. Sam Greenwood there being announced second signing of the day for Middlesbrough. I hope he does well. Glen Kamara, here we go. Fabrizio Romano says, thanks, Phil. Top job on drama. Look at them. Look at this. It's like that tweet, innit, man? Fabrizio Romano and Phil. Look at this. What's his name? Adam Rudd, is it? I can't remember. Yeah, so at least the club aren't willing to sell JB, which was my thoughts yesterday. But yeah, that's not going to happen unless they get an offer they can't refuse. Just on Glen Kamara then. Glen Kamara featured in 14 of Rangers' 15 games in their run to the 22 Europa League final, starting in 11. Some decent passing stats in that campaign. 2 assists, 86% passing accuracy, 84% accuracy in the opposition half. And scored in the semi-final as well. And it was a very decent goal as well. So, you know, he's had a good time at Rangers, wanted to move. It's probably going to take him a while to get up to speed because, you know, he hasn't had much of a pre-season. But the thing is, with Gruev, he'll be able to come straight in. But the only person I see starting at the weekend is maybe Jed Spence. Because we should, on the face of it, have enough to beat Chef Wednesday, I say, through gritted teeth, but we should have enough to beat them. But yeah, I'm just having a look at his heat map. We just have a look at Glen Kamara's heat map from last season. Just having a look at some of his stats. I still feel, and I don't know if people agree or not, that I still feel could he do the role between, you know, picking it up? He seems to be operating more so on the left on that graphic there. Just looking at his time with Finland, if we look at the qualifiers there, again more popping up on the left hand side. I mean, Champions League ghosted. Let's have a look at the Europa League. Yeah, see a lot more games played there as well. But I'd love to know from Lockie and Andrea and Joe, like we were chatting last night, whether or not they feel that he can do that role, or will that be just tasked for the wingers. The wingers, if you like. Somerville's been operating in that central space quite a lot, hasn't he? So, okay. Okay, Lockie said, spoke to my old uni roommate who works in German football, and he's got me really excited about Gruev. Yeah, Kamara medical today, 3 in for the week so far after these 2. So 2 in, that'll be 3 in total. So Jed Spence, Kamara, and of course Gruev. Do we expect there to be any more? Mine is yes. Mine would be yes. I still think we will get more in, and I think we'll see some more leave. KM PLC says left back and centre mid top priority for me. Hopefully gets done. Yeah, I don't think we'll get another centre midfielder after the 2. I think provided their medicals go sound, Gruev and Kamara will come in today. Hopefully be announced. I think if they get afternoon, then they'll want them announced tonight, and then they can all eggs in whatever basket. When they receive the phone calls from clubs, from agents, saying, do you want this player? They need to be ready to act. I don't think they'll get rushed into panicking. I think they've actually, if we're being totally honest, operated the market perfectly. Pletty goal. Fabrizio Romano says, and this is just a minute ago. Let me just quickly share this with you. Fabrizio Romano says Glen Kamara and Ilya Gruev are both set to undergo medical tests at Leeds later today. Kamara is on his way. Gruev joins on a €6 million deal from Werder Bremen, as Pletty reported, add-ons included. So we've actually paid a decent whack for him as well for a championship midfielder. You've basically bought 2 midfielders there that are going to equate to around about 10 million. You then slap on Ampadu. That's another. You've spent about 20 million. Let's say 17 million then. 17 million on a midfield with one of the most exciting young prospects in the league in Archie Gray. So as a 4-man midfield, that's not bad at all, is it? Let's be honest. We have to give credit where credit's due. They have got the money, put it in their pocket, and said we're going to spend. That's a lot of money, lads and lasses, for the championship. 7 on Ampadu, €6 million, and then 5 on Kamara. It's a lot of money. It's a lot of money for a midfield in the Championship, so absolutely over the moon with that. Then consider the money that we'll be paying Rodon wages-wise, and also Jed Spence wages-wise. These lads are on Premier League wages. That again, Joel Pirro, which was 10 million. They've spent some dollar. They've spent some dollar, and I'm here for it. And I won't be surprised if we're in a very good position come January and we need extra bodies. They'll also operate there as well. No go on Rutter, which is positive as well. There was a story doing the rounds in Lyon as well to say that basically to say that they could, they did one of the flight tracker things to say that he could be on his way. I'm just having a look here. Ben Mattison's done a deep dive into Gruev, what we're going to get. Let's just have a quick look at this. Big up Ben Mattison for this. Just underneath. He does a few reviews. So strengths, passing, anticipation, tackling, and athleticism. Needs help in aerial duels, weak foot, and strength. If we go down, this could be potentially a bargain transfer to provide some great depth and solidity to Fark's midfield. The Bulgarian plays as either a 6 or an 8 and is a defensively active midfielder with 2.39 tackles per 90. He adds some steel to the midfield. 58.3% of dribbles tackled, so he's in the top 10%, and 0.61 challenges lost. And again, in the top 9% show how good of a tackler he is. He's got great passing ability. Not only is he press resistant, which is music to my ears, and secure on the ball, but he's great at progressing play to the more creative midfielders via his line cutting passes. This ability allows teams to bypass the opponent's pressing defensive structure to invade space. A pass succession of 85.5% is also very solid for a team who are possession heavy. This will be key for Leeds if he signs as their midfielder lacks depth of controllers. He also reads the game well as he has top spatial awareness that helps him to make interceptions. Importantly, with Gruev's passing is he looks to pass forward as much as possible. His accuracy of forward passes is among some of the best in his age group. There you go. You've got Alexis McAllister and stuff in there. Moises Caicedo. An area for improvement will be his aerial duels. At 6'1", this is definitely an area where he has potential to improve in. He's also left foot dominant. His weak foot usage isn't the best, and for me, this makes midfielders so much more complete. So I'd like to see this improve too. And another development area is his strength. Well, he's somewhat similar to Ampadu in terms of his profile, so provide competition and rotation for Ampadu. But also when playing tougher teams, they can play together in a double pivot to nullify the team's attacks. And going on what we looked at yesterday with Andrea when he went and had a look at Daniel Farke's previous teams, I'm suspecting that it will be 2 deep line midfielders in a double pivot. That's quite an exciting reading that. So yeah, left back isn't being considered according to Graham Smith. Are we sure about that? Is he sure about that? Let me have a look. Which article is that, mate? Or is he tweeted out? Let me have a look. Is it in an article, bro? Can you tell me? Because if that is, that's worrying. That is worrying. Yeah, exactly. That's what I mean. It's great business, innit? It's great business what we've done. Make sure you check out Leeds United comps. It is great business that the amount we've brought in, and when you consider how much we've got off the wage bill as well, and then we've brought in Ampadu, Kamara, Gruev, expensive. Spence, Rodon, Byram, Darlot, and Joel Pirro. I owe big. Listen, if I had spare cash, I'd genuinely go to the nearest American store and buy a 49ers jersey, just as an apology. Sit on here with the 49ers jersey on. But yeah, let's have a look. I'm just looking here to find out if anyone said, yeah, Brighton signing Ansu Fati. Mental, isn't it? Based on Smith's tweet, I think we are done. Which tweet is this, broski? Let me have a look and go through. Graham Smith. I don't think we will be done now. What tweets he said? You can Losing Matt O'Reilly would be a significant blow to Celtic, so they're understandably resistant to the idea. Rangers expect to lose Glen Kamara, and that one is still a going concern for Leeds. Which tweet are we talking, bro? I can't see no tweet. Leicester value Iheanacho at close to 20 million. Enzo Maresca would rather keep him, but there is Premier League interest. Let's see. This is what we want, innit? We want late in the window Iheanacho to be gone. Palace, Wolves, or West Ham. Let them go. They're getting weaker. We're actually getting stronger, folks. That's the mad thing. The 49ers have played the window a blinder. I can't lie. It's a reply. Cool. I'll check his replies just 1 minute and see what's been said. I think it will be really poor and really upsetting if they didn't go and get a left back, if I'm honest. What about a left back, Graham? Not on the agenda right now. Always wary of saying they will or won't do something because you don't know what will pop up. But the noise right now suggests they aren't doing a left back. Right now suggests. I'm not too sure. They tried to get Luke Thomas. Matthias Palmorf says, finally, you get a great player. Good luck. Thank you very much. What's up, Jord? What are you saying? Are you talking to a brick wall for? You sent what about 10 times? Chill out, bro. As you know, I've got to move around and that. Yeah, Graham said it's not on the agenda right now. We were in for Thomas. And also, I'm not questioning anyone here. Let me just qualify this. But let's not forget when Graham was told that Adams was staying and then a couple of hours later, Adams was going. So for me, it doesn't mean we're done. All eggs will be in the centre midfield basket today. And then I think tomorrow will be spent doing that. It will be silly. It will be silly. It will be silly. Private jet arriving from Leon at Leeds. No, that's already been rubbished. I don't see them just spending all this money to then leave a gaping hole at left back. Leeds open talks with Roma over deal for 4 million rated winger Solbakken. With Championship side also wrapping up 6 million move for Rangers Glen Kamara. Leeds are battling to keep hold of stars Nonto and Cini. Roma winger Ola Solbakken has been identified as a potential replacement. I'm not sure. Leeds have opened talks over a potential deal for Roma winger Ola Solbakken. The Championship outfit of clubs showing interest in Willie Nonto and Cini. So I'm making contingency plans with Norway international Solbakken. The 23-year-old's agent has been talking to Leeds this morning, but there is rival interest from another foreign club. He spent just half a season in the Italian capital after arriving on a free transfer from Bodo Glimt. His 6-month spell yielded a solitary goal from 14 league outings. Deployed most often as a second striker, Solbakken has seen his route to the first team further hindered by the loan signing of Romelu Lukaku. I'm not too sure on that. That could just be agent talk, but we'll wait and see. That's from the Daily Mail. Let's wait and see what happens there. That's one to watch, I guess, on Solbakken. I don't think Nonto leaves because he'd have already gone for me. I think he'd have already gone. But yeah, I just on the left back, Andrea Russo says at this point probably Farke considers Shackleton a fullback. Huge risk right now with the only natural left back being Firpo, a defensive left centre back Hjelde, and an adapted right back in Byram injured. See, for me, I think the club will go for a left back. I think they will go for a left back. Let me just bring up the tweet as well, just to put people's mind at rest with regards to the Rutter stuff. So I'll just quickly zoom in and show you the original tweet. This came in. So this was yesterday, 15 hours ago, about a private jet coming in saying, is it a coincidence? Rutter to Lyon. But then this person here who's got like 67,000 followers said, it has not progressed for Rutter in Lyon. Leeds have closed the door and wish to keep Rutter at all costs, despite the interest of Lyon or Dortmund for that matter. And then we've got some more replies here. He says, thank you, Sabre, for your feedback. We will hope that it is a com from Leeds to have a little more, but they want to let go of the player. So it sounds like they want Rutter, but Leeds United have said no. So we'll have to wait and see. Listen, folks, I've got a busy afternoon. I'm taking my daughters to get her ears pierced and then dropping them off at the mum's. But I will be back. I will be back as soon as I'm back. And of course, 6 o'clock as well will be White Rose Rivals time as well. Just looking at the last round of championship fixtures before the international break, and I'll be back tonight as well. And then Friday, let's get locked in and loaded. There's 1,400 people watching. If you're watching it back over, please do pay your rent and smash a like. Please subscribe to the channel if you can, and I will see you a little bit later on. Peace and love, people. Come on, Leeds, do the biz. Get the left back and make it a 10 out of 10. 8 out of 10. Do you know what I mean? If you don't get the left back, come on, you can do it. It's just one more. Just one more. And we can all chill and say, do you know what? Let's go Niners. Let's go Niners. That's what we'll be saying. Anyway, peace out, people.